One of these meats is incredibly nutritious. The other is barely more than a filler. Can you tell the difference? When I first started raw feeding, I kept wondering, how am I supposed to know what meats are safe and nutritious and what meats are dangerous or just completely pointless to feed? I felt like I needed someone more experienced to walk me through the meat section and say, yes, feed this, or no, skip that. Well, it's been 9 years since then. And during that time, I went through just about every animal part out there, so you don't have to. So let's skip the confusion and get straight to the meats worth feeding and worth leaving. Starting with the 5 worst meats to include in your pet's raw meal. Number 1, bacon. Us humans love bacon. Some like it for breakfast, some in stews, and some eat it as a main dish. It's familiar to us, which is why many pet owners reach for it when shopping. But let's look closer at the bacon itself and its ingredients label. Something pretty easy to notice about bacon is all that fat. It's what makes it tasty when we cook it. But when it comes to raw feeding, this much fat can cause weight gain and can also cause diarrhea if fed too much at once. Cooked bacon can be especially harmful because large amounts of cooked fat can cause pancreatitis. This isn't to scare you away from feeding raw fat, because it's actually your pet's main energy source. But when you're choosing cuts of meat, the meat should take up most of the cut and the fat should just complement it. The meat is what provides the amino acids, B vitamins, and minerals that your pet needs to thrive. Bacon may also have added salt, which makes it tastier for us humans. But unfortunately, this added salt is way too much for our pets. They get the sodium they need through meat and bone, so any extra can lead to GI upset, fluid retention, and even kidney issues. Number 2, chitterlings, or pork intestines. I remember the first time I saw a container of chitterlings at a local market. I was on the hunt for unique body parts to add some variety to my dog's diet. And when I saw chitterlings, I thought I hit the jackpot. I asked in a raw feeding form if they were okay to feed, but went ahead and bought them. However, as soon as I read through the replies, my excitement for them disappeared. Many people told me that intestines just aren't that nutritious. And when I compared its nutrient data to another muscular organ like heart, I realized how right they were. First of all, they're very high in fat, which is overkill when there's already enough fat on the muscle meat you're feeding. Chitterlings are also very low in almost all of the nutrients our pets need. Compared to something like heart, they have 4 times less iron, less than half the zinc, and barely any B vitamins. And without these nutrients, pets can end up with a weaker immune system, poor digestion, and skin or coat issues. Basically, chitterlings just don't bring much nutritional value to the diet. Number 3, beef ribs. At first glance, beef ribs seem like a great option. They're fairly easy to find, and depending on where you live, they can be pretty affordable. Many new raw feeders have messaged me super excited that they scored beef ribs. But unfortunately, beef ribs come with some risks that you may not realize. Let's look at these bones next to a chicken wing bone. See how much thicker they are? Beef ribs are really thick, heavy bones. This means they're much harder to break, which then can cause teeth fractures when your pet chews them. And if your pet can't chew them, they may end up trying to swallow them whole instead. And this is a major choking risk. Number 4, store-bought tripe. Tripe is the gastric lining of grazing animals like cows, goats, and sheep. Raw feeders love tripe because it's one of the few body parts that provides the essential mineral manganese. So finding tripe at an Asian market or butcher shop can feel really exciting. But unfortunately, not all tripe is the same. For instance, the tripe that you find at the store will always be cleaned, and sometimes even bleached. And unfortunately, this process removes all of the nutritional benefits that tripe can offer. It's not necessarily dangerous to feed, but just like chitterlings, it will take up space in the diet that could be used for something way more nutritious. If you're curious about what kind of tripe you should feed and where to get it, keep watching. Number 5, seasoned fish eggs, or caviar. Okay, fish eggs aren't a meat, but they are a raw animal part that's high in omega-3s and vitamin D, which keep your pet's skin, coat, and bones healthy. But as we've learned with bacon, you really have to check the label before adding it to your pet's diet. Many packaged fish eggs, especially caviar, are heavily seasoned with ingredients like salt, vinegar, or soy sauce. It's great for human taste buds, but for pets, seasonings like this are guaranteed to cause GI upset. Not to mention, caviar can be expensive. So when searching for fish eggs, make sure it's not seasoned. Okay, now let's find out the 5 best meats to buy when shopping. Number 1, pork loin. Pork is a meat that's feared by many, but it's actually one of the most nutritious meats out there. It's 50% higher in copper than beef loin, 60% higher in selenium than lamb loin, and much richer in B vitamins than both. Pigs are also super unique due to their skin. Since they don't have fur, they absorb more sunlight. So if the pig is pasture-raised, its fat will be rich in vitamin D. These are all nutrients our pet's body needs, so this makes pork a great option. And thanks to the safe handling practices in the US, Canada, and EU, the chances of raw pork carrying harmful pathogens is very low. Number 2, chicken hearts. Heart is a muscular organ that adds a powerful boost of nutrients to a raw meal. Beef, pork, duck, turkey, and lamb hearts are all great options. So what makes chicken hearts so special? They're much more nutritionally dense. For example, they have over 3 times more zinc than beef heart, nearly double the iron of lamb heart, and provide a huge boost in folic acid, which is a B vitamin that's especially important for cats. Basically, chicken hearts provide a ton of important nutrients that our pets need within one single ingredient. They're also one of the easiest animal hearts to find. Number 3, green tripe. Okay, tripe was in the worst meats to feed section, so how can it be in this one too? Well, tripe can be incredibly nutritious or nearly useless, and it all comes down to how it's processed. The tripe that raw feeders love is called green tripe. Green tripe is unwashed gastric lining of a cow, goat, or sheep, so it still holds partially digested and fermented plant material within the lining. Feeding this may sound gross, but it's actually a natural source of beneficial bacteria that supports your pet's gut. It's also a great source of manganese, which is a mineral that's important for wound healing and difficult to find in other animal parts. To find green tripe, your best bet is looking for it at independent, smaller pet stores or through online retailers. Number 4, poultry necks. Poultry necks, like chicken, duck, and turkey necks, are one of the best meaty bones you can feed your pet. Meaty bones provide important minerals that keep your pet's bones and teeth strong, so they're an essential part of a raw diet. Poultry necks come in sizes that work well for all pets. For instance, chicken necks are perfect for small cats, while turkey necks are great for large breed dogs. Their simple shape also makes them a great beginner meaty bone because they're much less intimidating to chew. And as a bonus, the neck bone segments act as a natural toothbrush as your pet chomps down. Number 5, kidney. If I had to choose one secreting organ that offers the most nutrients for the price, it would definitely be kidney. Most secreting organs have a single nutrient they provide that makes them special. For instance, brain is high in the omega-3 fatty acid DHA, but not much else. Spleen is an amazing iron source, but lacks other important nutrients. Kidney, however, is a goldmine of many important nutrients our pets need, like B vitamins, selenium, copper, iron, and zinc, which all play a role in keeping your pet healthy. It's also one of the easiest secreting organs to find in stores, especially international markets. Raw diets need at least one secreting organ to better mimic a prey animal's body, so kidney will be one of your best choices. Okay, I know that's a lot to remember, but you don't have to, because these are all listed in my free raw feeding cheat sheet. With this, you can reference all the best animal parts to feed, how much of each part your pet needs, and other important information when feeding a raw diet. You can download it for free in the link below.